Hello, hello, hello. Just give me one sec because I forgot to change my Facebook to Nette so that I can go straight to Nettie's and see I am live now. Hi guys, how are you? This is a extremely fast card. Now today, the 22nd to the 24th of October, is free shipping if you spend $65. So this is the day. If you've got anything you need, grab your cardstock because that's heavy. Get whatever cardstock you need. You know you can get a pack that's multicoloured. Oh, where is it? So you can get packs like this that have got, they've sent me one that's written in French. Papier cartoon. So, German, US. So this has got all the colours that you want, but you can go into your, if you don't have a catalogue, call me. Mind you, this one's just about running out. In the back of your catalogue, or if you go on my shop, AnnetteFalconer.stampinup.net, you can see all your colours here, but you can also see your combinations that you can get. So if you go back another page or two, where is it? Now they changed the book so much this time. You can get stamping blends combos, you can get classic and classic stamp, cardstock, and you get them in the mixed packs. A designer series paper stack or bundle, and all sorts is $25 for 20 sheets, so you get 4 of each. So there's, if you don't want to get one whole, this is Seceret Sea, which I love, but if you don't want to, that's a really good option, and you can get them in the colour wheel you like. Anyway, it's your choice. I'm not pushing. I'm not, honestly, I just telling you there's free shipping. I am going to use it today because I do need a bit of cardstock. As you can see, my Seceret Sea is nearly gone. So today's card is so simple, you'll make it in 5 minutes, maybe 15 when you cut it out. Okay, so it's a bit using more of your card, but using your DSP up, because the one thing I've noticed with Stampin' Up is I still have so much DSP, and when they change things, if you're a demonstrator, you've got to change, so you can't use it. I mean, you can, I use it in my classes and that, but it's not enough to use it all up. So I actually took a bag of all my, you know how you cut your paper and you've got like this from last year, pieces that are sitting there that you haven't used. I bag them all up and I put them in a bag and take them to the local kinder. And I actually had some old cardstock that was out of before I started Stampin' Up, so I cut it all up into just card bases, and I cut up white paper because it's only for kinder kids, you don't need the hard card that I use inside. And I posted all of that to, I gave it all to the kinder so they could make Christmas cards, and that used up my, so that was my, that's my envelope. Oh, I did it a bit fast, sorry. That's my envelope. And I'm just going to open that now because it's not, and so I've got another envelope with my stock. Now I've used these, I didn't write that down because you might have stamps at home. So this is the, because I've got the card at the wrong side. It should be on the paper. Oh, it's on there. I put them in there to keep it all intact, because they do fall apart once you start pulling 1 or 2 out. Oh, there it is there. Okay, let's just pull that off. So this is the Greetings for You Mix and Match Emperor Pack 166208. If you haven't got that already, this is great to get a few sayings without having to find your stamps. I have just had delivered a new set of stamps, which maybe I could show you that. Where did they go? goodness. They might be still in the kitchen. No, they aren't. They're there. So I'll just... oh, there's my wet wipe I was looking for last night. So last night I did this card. So if you look at my live from last night, this is a Z-fold using the on display stamps. And I did a second one just to show them you could do it really fast. Unfortunately, I cut out everything ready, bar a couple of things, because I did some double stamping on the back. And that's the card. And then the envelope's got the little pussycat. So I thought I'll show you that. So that was the very hard one last night. Oh my goodness, it took me an hour and I cut everything ready. So that was the on display. Now this one, that's not the stamp sets. They must be still in the kitchen. I brought the new tags. I don't know why. So I'm using the DSP called Modern Christmas because I didn't buy any stamps to match this, because sometimes you get so many and then when you sell them you can't get rid of them as easy. So I thought there's certain ones I'll buy the stamps, but this DSP is beautiful and it goes nicely. So let me show you what we've got. Okay, now let me open it for you first. So that's my envelope, remember? Okay, so we open this. This is a belly band, and then it just opens out like that. Or did I already show you when I started? I've forgotten. I need my focus to be looked at a bit, really. It's just don't move it so fast. Alright, so as per usual, the instructions are all there. So these are the sheets I've taken from as the trees. This one. And so there's some really nice ones. There's the gold. That's what I've used. And I've used the stars. This is a really good one. If you've got a pack like this and do cards like this, get a couple of friends over and get them to do a couple each, and then the actual DSP is about $27, but you get them all to put some money in or bring their own cardstock and off you go. So I have all my DSP ready, cut and ready. I pulled out a Season's Greetings, but I really want that stamp. I wonder if you'd let me run to the kitchen and get them. So they only arrived yesterday. Alright, let me see if this is big enough. I don't think it is, because this is a little bit larger than the other one. So let me get my cardstock. I think this is too small. This is a normal one, so we do use rather a bit of a page, but that's okay. It's not white. White's costing me a bit more money at the moment. So we're going to 5.5, which is not that way. 5.5. So we'll just take that down to 5.5. Alright, we'll keep that piece because that's going to be, we'll cut that off now. So our belly band is, let me see, 1.5. So do that out. So you're basically using a whole strip, and then just nailing my thing down there. Okay, I'll keep that there. So this one's, but that's great for for die cutting. So don't throw it away. All right. So now we're cutting this back to, what did I say? 11. Okay. Now, I told you this is easy and fast, so don't panic. That piece, you can get a small leaf out of that too, you know. Or you can use it. Sometimes when I open my envelope, if I don't have any DSP that's going with that particular card, I'll just put this across the bottom and stamp a little flower or something off it. So it's always useful. Oh, put that back the right way. Alright, so pop that out of the road. Now we're going to score. Okay, so Seceret Sea, 5.5 by 11, score at 1 3/4. Take your blade away. 1 3/4, 5.5, and 9 3/4. Oh, there you go. Right on. How easy is that? And we have a fun fold. Now I have cut the cardstock out for you, so it is in the instructions. So first we're going to go, I'm going to cut it, fold it in half first, because that's, get my eyes around what I'm doing. Because yesterday was the fun fold and that was a hard one. And then we're going on this one. Okay, so we've got two going that way. So that's called a mountain, a valley, and now this is is that a valley or a mountain? Hold on one sec. Michael, can you bring me those 2 stamp sets on the end of the bench? Sorry, I heard my husband out there, so I'll get him to bring them in. I just got that delivery yesterday, and I don't think it was on special delivery, so today I'll do some cardstock and get my money's worth. Alright, so our white, no, it's not that, oh yeah, oh my goodness, I'll show you this at the end. I brought 2 of the kits actually. I'll show you quickly now because I'll forget at the end. You know me, I often forget to even put bling on. So I made a card for my husband's aunt in Holland, but I brought her the kit, and I only opened it because I'm putting a glue in it for her. But this is the one I was talking about the other day, the Calm. It's the Calm Bright kit, which was on sale, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? They're the cards. I'm giving it to her because she's 70. And I think that she'll be able to do that. It's nice and easy. So I'm posting it today because that's her Christmas card. So I got these in yesterday as well, just because dies, and different sayings. It's your birthday, you're a great friend, kind and sweet. So you've been on. Sometimes I wish they wouldn't do too much of that. I love you's fine. You're so just because. I think you're amazing just because. Okay, that's where it ends. So they came in the new packaging. So anyway, here I go again. So let's get started. So our first one is the larger of the 2. Okay, the DSP is 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. So that's the first piece we put on here. This one, 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 by 3/4. 5 1/2, 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. I should write that the other way, so you cut the 5 1/2. So just make sure you've got it going the right way. Now, as you've noticed when I turned that over, it's the trees. So you really are using just about only 1 1/2 sheets here. It's not a big, because this last piece, we're using the other side and we're putting the trees on. So it really is quite economical. You're using up all your DSP. Okay, so we've got our trees ones, so they're the same. Next we're going to our gold. So I'll put that on again. Oh, it's absolutely pouring here in Melbourne. We thought it was going to be nice and sunny, so I could take my doggies for a walk. It doesn't look like that'll be happening. And then over on the inside here, we're going to put the other one. That is, gold stripe is 5 1/4 by 1 1/2 and 5 1/4 by 1. So your last one, and that's why I've written that last. Okay. Now we have our trees, and our trees are 5 1/4 by 4. Now I think that's a very impacted 4. I think it should have been, and I'm right, I think, because I saw this card by, who did it? The Wandering Stamper. And I thought when I first did it that she had that was not right. So I will correct that, and I'll make it 5 3/4 like the whiters. And that is more in line with what it should be. Although, let me have a look. Yeah, 3 3/4. That is more better. That is far more appropriate. I will fix that when I jump off, guys. Make sure you bring that in. And our white is the 4. Let me just make sure it all closes. Our white cardstock is 5 1/4 by 4. I think there was a bit of a flaw in that measurement of the middle one. How easy is that? Oh my goodness. Now, all I've done is bling it up with a punch. Okay, I'm just going to check my envelope and make sure I haven't got the punch already in there. I haven't. So I've taken a little bit of the tree paper, if I can get into my tree paper. Here it is. Whoops, there's a strip left. Okay, so let's take that one out. That's a 2-inch punch, and I'm going to take that one out because we're going to use that on the envelope, but I'm just going to cut that one back a bit. So, alright. So again, oh yes, we need one on the front as well. We need 3. I'm going to put that in there. You know I like to do the envelopes. Now we need one for the front, and I want a nice big heavy one, so I think I'll take that one. So what I'll do is just cut that away. Okay, someone wants me to pick something up, and I'll do that one for the front. Alright, so I put a big joy on there, so hopefully there is another joy in there. Okay, now look at that. How long's that taken? 19 minutes, but I talked about that. I talked a bit, didn't I? So, oh, goodness gracious, I'm just going to turn my phone to silent because my husband keeps undoing my silent. So, now with the envelope, I have a already cut piece. Actually, I'm going to use the other envelope. So, say you don't have enough Stampin' Up envelopes. Say you've got a plain one. We'll do the same. Just make it a bit bigger and put it on like that. Your flap's still going to shut because it's there. Right? Sometimes you just don't have enough envelopes. Often I'll do a card, I do a different envelope because, you know, getting all the Stampin' Up ones, everything's going up. And I sound like a tight ass, don't I? But I'm not. I'm just a realist. Right? So I do that. I cut it to the 3. I put it in there 3.5, and I put it on, and I just put it to my normal card and do it like that. So all I need to do is glue here. Okay, put this on. Alright, I'll just smush the glue around a bit so it gets all over. And then you've still got your flap here, and it's not going to matter because you're giving, if you're hand giving you cards, or even if you put that in the post, it's still down and they go through on the front anyway. Alright, so let's get our belly band done. Right, so we're just going to put it across the top. Isn't that Seceret Sea beautiful? You can see it's not black now, can't you? It's a combination of like Misty Moonlight, not Misty Moonlight, Midnight, the dark blue one, Night of Navy is still blue, but this is like blue black, and it's, so just fold it over, not too tight so that it can move. Okay, so you want it to be able to move up and down. Alright, so we'll just glue this piece. Straighten it up. And give that a sec. I should have done the envelope while I was waiting. Alright, so we've got this, and I've got to see if there's joy in here left. So that's the problem of hunting through, is to find, I think you get 4 sheets. I'm being delicate. So there was a season's greetings that I did pull out. So I'm just going to go very simply. Ah, there is still a joy left. How's that? There's actually 2. So we'll put joy on. Now we can do season's greetings or something inside, but I like to leave room to write in, and sometimes people don't like sayings on the inside if they're going to buy them off me, so I tend to now not do them as much. Alright, so that's there. We're coming to an end, guys. This is the fastest card. We're having some views, so please say hello. Alright, so that's going to go right there, and I did put it on dimensionals just to pull it up a little bit. Well, I better see how far joy goes, because I remember the last time I put joy on, it takes up a bit of room. Okay, so we're going to have to do it on this side. So make sure you do that first when you put your stick your circle on, your 2-inch circle. And that one is not lifting up for me. There it is. Alright, so put your joy where you're going to need it, and then put your circle to the side of it. Okay, and of course when you look at your joy, look where you can glue. You can only glue down to the half of eye, to where about the O is, and across to the tail a little bit, not too much. The last thing you want to do is glue too far, and you can't. If you can get your glue out, I'll be right, because I won't do it wrong, will I? Now, I'm going to leave that there, because I know I said my Y is there, so my Y, yeah, my Y's on. And that, my folks, is a shiny, oh, where's my, I put too much glue. It's a nice, shiny, easy peasy card. Oh, I didn't put the other one on here. And I'm going to cut that side straight down. I had such sticky fingers with doing the card yesterday, and now it's happening again. And I just cut it to let it sit in there. You can cut the bottom and flatten it as well. Make sure you glue that right so it doesn't get caught if it's going through the post. So my folks, what do you think of that? Give me a like, a share, subscribe, whatever. And that's our card for today. And I've done that in a record 25 minutes. It took me a full hour yesterday to do the card. So print out grab the instructions. The best thing to do is open your computer, open Word, a page, and then grab the instructions from the front and just copy it and paste it in your page and save it like that, and that way you'll have it for the next time. Okay, because sometimes you save some and then you forget, oh, where did I get that? What do I do with this? So thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Yeah, where am I?